Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. John Tam, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Yikola Acrylic Vertical Laptop Stand. Now, for this one, I got reached out to by Yikola because they wanted me to do a product review. I've done some product reviews in the past, so I assume they want me to do another one. Now, in full disclosure, they gave this to me for free, and I told them when they gave it to me that I'm going to give an honest review. I'm not going to give a good review just because you gave me freebies and so on. And so I made that very clear. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving this a very honest and straightforward review. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, this is fairly light. I'd say it's under a pound. It's probably like 200 grams, 300 grams tops. So I'm going to open this box and just show you what's inside. So here you go. Open it up. Inside looks like this. Just bubble wrap around the stand. Now, if I take the stand out, it's basically made of, very clear. You can see my face through it. There's rubber here, rubber here, rubber on the ends, so that wherever the laptop sits, it doesn't really, it won't crush it or scratch it. And at the bottom, there's some rubber as well, just to prevent it from sliding. So pretty standard features for a stand. Now on here, if I'm pushing it, it does provide some friction. In terms of the construction quality, very solid. I'm pushing it together, as you can see. It's resisting. I'm bending it out, it's resisting. The rubber, feels like rubber. I wouldn't say it feels like cheap rubber, right? And you can see it's stuck here through, it's kind of like pegged through. So it's it's not going to tear off that easily, right? Of course, if I pull, I'm pretty sure I can tear it off. But otherwise, for the most part, it is pretty solid where the rubber is on the acrylic. Now let's see how the laptop's sitting here. I'm testing of two laptops today. I got my MacBook Air, which I use for my own home stuff, and it's going to sit there, and it looks relatively okay, right? So if you look over here, you can probably see it more or less on in frame. So if I put it here, right, over the back, nice, looks pretty good, right? If I tap it, it's relatively steady, but you can see its feet kind of leaving. I'm pretty sure if I tap it a little harder, it's gonna fall off. This is for a short MacBook Air. Now let's try my work computer, which is, I think it's like 14 or 15 inches, Alienware, right? Much bigger. If I superimpose this on top, it looks like this, right? My MacBook is much smaller than this beast, and I use it for gaming and for work, right? So, yeah, so if you put it on top, you can see it sits pretty well, but if you push it, it's far less stable than the MacBook Air, and I'm pretty sure if I push it a little harder, it will fall. So that's one thing to be aware of for this stand. Now, one more thing is, typically, if you look at my setup, you probably want to put your laptop around here, right? No, I'm putting my laptop here. You probably want to put your laptop here. But as you can see, it will fall down. And the reason for that is because, well, the legs here, they're pretty broad. I'd say they're around 10 inches. 10 inches in terms of just the length of this whole thing. It's kind of iffy. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my computers here and a stand here when it's almost like just exactly right, because you're gonna move the laptop, right? You're gonna lift it up, you're gonna put it back in, you gotta dock it, and so on. That being said, I think overall this is a pretty solid stand. I would say the only cons are, number one, like if your laptop is a little wider, like my Alienware, if it sits on top, it's gonna tip over relatively easily. If it's a MacBook Air, I would say it sits pretty good, and I'm pretty comfortable with having it here, even though it also still rocks. So if there's gonna be any recommendations, I would say, like, just the base, it's just a little narrow, it could be a little broader, but at the same time, you lose out of that compactness, right? And unless you're going to be pushing this thing all the time, it's generally going to be okay. The other piece to look out for is the space that you have where you want to put it. And generally, I would say, it's got about 10 inches here. And so just keep an eye out for that if your shelf space can fit this or not. Overall, I would say solid make, solid material, no complaints really, other than the instability of taller laptops And that's it for my review. So if you like this video, please give it a like and hit subscribe for more in the future. And I'll see you around. Take care.